to another Parenting Guide episode featuring yours truly, a full-time fur baby.
Thank you for taking over our opening today, Lucy. Lucy is actually one of our special guests today. Makakasama din natin ngayon ang isang pet care specialist, si Richard. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you, Teacher Annie, for having me today.
Ano bang ginagawa ng isang pet care specialist?
As a pet care specialist, primarily I handle kasi pet handling, grooming, so overall operations of the store.
Tamang-tama na ang makakasama natin ngayon ay si Richard at si Lucy dahil ang kwento nating naka-feature ay Nawawala si Muningning. Yung kwento na to na nabasa rin ni Richard ay tungkol sa isang bata na takot kung anong nangyari sa kanyang alagang pusa dahil nawala ito. Siguradong maraming nakarelate sa kwento ng Nawawala si Muningning dahil marami sa atin, including myself, ang pet owner and pet lover. At nung COVID lockdown, di ba Richard, parang may surge in pet adoption. Ba't kaya?
Kasi talagang yung during that time, kasi during the COVID, everyone's mental health as well actually is talagang very important during that time. And then it's the perfect time to get yung pet rin natin, dogs, cats, fish, even fish actually, for them to have someone na kasama nila during that time. So they are with their friends, actually their family, or an extension even of themselves.
Nakakatulong talaga pag may kasama ka, parang si Lucy na super cute and super loyal when you're having a problem or when you're stressed out. Iba talaga yung impact ng pets, no, sa buhay natin. At alam ko marami akong kakilala at marami din siguro tayong subscriber na nag-iisip sila na mag-adopt ng pet. Ano kaya yung mga considerations na dapat nilang pag-isipan, Richard, kung mag-a-adopt sila?
First and foremost kasi talaga, having a pet is a big responsibility. So, it's not just something that pwede mo siyang ibigay as a gift. We need to consider as well your intentions of getting a pet, a dog, a cat. It's not because lang dahil gusto mo lang magkaroon ng pet.
Or cute lang.
Kasi once you take in that responsibility, you have to make sure that everything you can provide for them, the basic needs na kailangan nila.
Yeah.
So, we need to know, for example, if you're getting a dog or if you're getting a cat, if we can provide shelter. So, the living space is actually very important.
Or a space to play in.
Yes,
Di ba? Kung
space.
malaking dog, kailangan din ng malaking space to play in.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Kasi, like for example, for Lucy. So, si Lucy kasi is a small dog natin. She needs space as well.
Eh kung may anak ako, Richard, parang anong makailangan kong pag-isipan kung there's a child in the house?
Then we have to consider as well yung life stage rin nung sa kids natin. For example, if they're baby, infant pa, we have to consider the size of the pet.
Pets are great. They present a learning opportunity for children. Maraming maituturo ang mga alaga natin sa ating mga anak. Una sa mga pwede lang matutuan sa pagkakaroon ng pets ay ang pagiging responsable. We can have our children take charge of walking the dog, feeding them, or bathing them. And Richard is the best person to help us understand this better today.
It's really important to take care of our pets kasi first and foremost, they're part of our family.
Right.
So we always take care of our family. First, let's talk about yung physical activities of our pets. Walking, socializing, outdoor activities.
Kailangan yun araw-araw, no?
Yes.
Bakit sila importante?
May certain needs kasi yung pets natin, dogs, cats, regarding their physical health. It may be through walking, through social events. Ngayon nga, nagkakaroon na tayo ng different social events for our pets.
Kasi gusto rin nila nakakakita ng
Yes.
ibang pets.
Socializing. It's important for them to build up, believe it or not, to build up ng parang camaraderie or parang yung social awareness ng pets natin with other pets as well.
Gaano ba talaga kadalas, Richard, na kailangan mo i-walk yung dog?
We can base it rin as well dun sa breed ng pet natin. A more active dog, siguro at least twice a day.
Oh.
30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. Pag smaller dogs. And we have to consider as well the age. Kasi we have senior dogs rin that can, kumbaga, walk na rin ng ganun katagal, kadalas. Once a day is okay. We just need to know talaga yung mismong need ng pet natin. If they can walk outside or inside the house, inside the garden lang. Ganun.
And sometimes naman they tell you di ba?
Yes.
Like yung aso namin, lumalapit siya talaga na. Halika na, maglaro na tayo sa
Minsan
labas.
magkakalmot na sila sa door eh. Alam na nila that it's
labas
walking
tayo.
time na.
Oo, galing nga eh. Sa ano naman, sa pagkain nila, ano naman ang mga tips mo, Richard?
iba-iba talaga sila na needs. Let's say, for example, for dogs, kapag ganito sila kalaki, minsan once a day lang, minsan twice a day, we have to consider as well yung supplements nila. But it varies as well kung ano yung pet rin natin. Kasi for example, for fish, di ba? Pag sa fish natin, naka-time sila. Minsan nga, may ibang fish na kumakain lang after 3 days. So we have to know rin talaga. We have to research on the breed and then yung mismong needs ng pets natin. And to consider as well the suggestions of our veterinarian. So it's not just because dahil gusto natin sila pakainin palagi. Of course, we have to check rin as well yung mismong balance ng diet nila. Kasi talagang sila rin yung may hirapan if ever that we spoil too much or napabayaan natin as well when it comes to diet.
Richard, ano namang importance ng grooming? Kasi yung ibang tao, akala nila parang for physical beauty lang yon, di ba? Pero actually for health din yon ang grooming.
So actually, yung grooming natin, it's as important as well as their dietary needs and physical needs nila. So pag hindi natin masyado siyang take care, hindi natin na-groom properly, it might cause some harm mismo sa skin nila and then eventually may irritate sila, may inis sila. Even pets natin naiinis sila kasi ang init, may matted parts sila, uncomfortable talaga sa kanila yung mga ganong bagay.
Kung medyo busy at hindi ko madala yung pet ko sa groomer, anong pwede namin gawin sa bahay?
Yung pinaka-basic talaga natin, yung what we can do at home, i-bath and dry talaga natin. So we need to understand kasi may ibang pets. Kasi for example, for cats, like katulad ni Muningning. For cats kasi, they actually groom themselves. So minsan kahit once a month lang naliligo, that's actually okay.
That's okay.
That's fine for them. But for dogs, need talaga nilang maligo kasi mainit, lalo na here sa atin, mainit. So mapaliguan at home and madry ng
Weekly yon?
Weekly as much as possible. It's to protect their skin, to protect their fur, and at the same time para kumbaga yung physical health nila is up to the best.
Ang laki talagang responsibility ng pag-aalaga ng pets, no? Ang dami mong factors to consider, at talagang isa siyang malaking desisyon on the part of a future pet owner. Paano yung kids natin? How can they participate in the chores? So ano yung mga appropriate na pet-related chores that they can actually do?
Our pets are part of our family, so everyone's involved. The parents, the big responsibility talaga falls off talaga kay parents natin. But at the same time, since kasama yung kids natin, a part of their growing up stages kapag kasama yung pet natin is they can actually participate in activities with their pets. Let's say preschooler, if our dogs naman are okay, compatible, kumbaga the size, the age are okay naman yung relationship ni kid natin with our pet, they can actually play. As simple as even kahit parang tug of war lang with the toys of the dogs. That's actually helpful for the mental health of the kid and at the same time of the pet rin natin. And then if ever, for example, on the later stage of ng kids natin, let's say on the 8th, 9th, we can actually introduce to them na yung walking. Kumbaga, mapakita natin sa kids natin that there is a responsibility here of taking care of a creature. It's not just someone na nandyan lang for our family, but it's actually part of our family.
Pwede siguro sila mag-start na tumutulong lang sila sa bathing, di ba, with their parents. Tapos pag mas matanda na sila, they can do the bathing themselves.
Tama, Teacher Annie. So for example, kahit even yung brushing lang of the fur, not necessarily yung mismong pagpapaligo ng dog natin, but the brushing of the fur is actually really helpful for the dog to build relationship with the kid.
Alam mo, Richard, maraming research na nagsasabing having a pet actually helps develop empathy and kindness in a child. Kasi once they're responsible for a pet or for pets, they become considerate of their pets' feelings. Tapos this extends, of course, to their being considerate to other people's feelings. What about growing up with a pet? Ganyan, what do you think are the benefits to a child na may kasabay silang lumalaki, diba?
Yes, actually marami. Kasi personally, ako rin mismo, I grew up with a pet. It builds somewhat, it exposes them to a sense of responsibility. You're not passing the responsibility to them, but you open yung eyes nila, yung mind nila, yung heart nila into sensing what a responsibility looks like, what a responsibility feels like. Kasi they can see from their parents na, oh, I have to take care of our pet because kailangan niya. So if nakikita niya yon, habang lumalaki siya, it's what their demeanor as well or magiging personality nila towards the world. Let's say, for example, we all know that sometimes kasi may pets na minsan makukulitan ka, kumbaga hindi sumusunod sa'yo. It builds character to them.
O kaya, some pets may end up breaking some of your things or destroying some of your things. So, parang nagde-develop din yun ng understanding saka forgiveness sa mga bata. Oo. At saka yung pets, they really depend on us, di ba? For their life and their survival. So, parang pag early on, naintindihan yun ng mga bata, it really shapes character. Treating our pets like family is a normal thing and the right thing to do actually. Handa dapat tayo sa ganitong responsibility even before having a pet. Dahil parte sila ng ating pamilya, dealing with the loss of a pet will be very difficult, lalong-lalo na sa mga bata. Kahit na malungkot at mahirap, this experience prepares our kids for challenging and painful situations in life. Tulad na lang ng bata sa kwento natin na natakot dahil nawawala ang alaga niyang si Muningning. Since sinabi mo, Richard, that you grew up with pets, I'm sure you've had to deal with the loss of a pet.
Yes.
Oo. Paano mo yun na-handle?
Siguro may 3 or 4 years lang akong gap na walang pet. It's actually because of a sudden loss. Hindi siya sa accident siya. During that time talaga, we took it deeply. Buong family namin. Even our kasama sa house. Talagang they were crying, we were crying. Our pet during that time, he was really, really the center of our family. And then suddenly nawala. So we took it hard. Kasi it's not easy to lose someone from your family.
So anong tips mo for families who are recovering from the loss of a pet?
Accept the grief. It's okay to grieve kasi lalo na for other people that, for example, walang pet, they might not see it that way. But always remember that all feelings are valid.
Yeah.
So if you're grieving right now.
So huwag kang mahiya.
Yes,
As you said, meron kang friends na siguro hindi pet lovers, hindi sila makaka-relate.
Yes.
But allow yourself that space to grieve. Baka sa ibang tao mabilis sila mag-recover, yung iba naman kailangan ng years, like in your case kailangan ng 3 years before you can take care of a pet again.
Lalo na if, for example, if they treat talaga their pets as their kids and the feeling pa nga lang na mawala sila, makatakas sila is something talagang kinakatakot mo. What more pa if we lost them?
Yeah. If we were to lose our pets because they wandered off or actually passed away, going through such experiences actually helps our children understand this reality and prepare for these things to happen to the people they care about. Losing someone you love is always a difficult thing, at ang pagkawala ng kanilang alaga ay makakatulong sa mga bata para maghanda sa ganitong malulungkot na eventualities ng buhay. Pets are our companions, our playmates, our stress busters, and for our kids, they can also be valuable teachers. Richard, may final message ka ba para sa mga families thinking about getting a pet?
Communication within the family is the key. You have to talk about how big the responsibility is of having another part of your family. It's a lifelong commitment. We need to sit down talaga on what's the best for the family and what's the best for the pet. I believe kasi talaga na even though na kung ano yung napagdaanan natin, even though na sobrang stressful natin, sobrang lungkot natin, sobrang angry natin, at the end of the day, when you get home, ang nasa isip lang ng pets natin is you're here with me. You're here with me, kasama mo siya, companion kita, and they don't care about the problems that you've encountered. Ang nasa isip lang nila is, nandito ako para sa'yo, parang I'm part of your family. And at the end of the day kasi, pets may be a part of years of our life, but we need to understand that the whole life the pet revolves around us. The whole life stage of the pet talaga natin will revolve na ang nasa isip lang nila is mahalin tayo.
Ang isang alaga ay mangangailangan ng kalinga at pagmamahal para maging masaya at malusog. Is your child ready for a pet? Kung hindi pa, baka pwedeng ipagpaliban ng pagkakaroon ng alaga hanggang maging ready ang inyong anak sa responsibilidad na ito.
All pets deserve a safe home and a loving family in their short but precious life, like what I have with mine.
Thank you, Lucy! At thank you din, Richard. I'm sure maraming natutuwa ng ating subscribers sa mga shinare mo.
Yes, thank you for having me today. Thank you rin sa subscribers natin na nanood. And I'm happy na nandito ako ngayon. And sana I was able to help share the knowledge and experiences sa families, pet owners, and at the same time, I'm happy na rin to in support of the children in need through UNICEF as well.
Your monthly subscription to UNICEF Children First Storybooks helps give vulnerable Filipino children better access to education, health and nutrition, protection, and aid in emergencies. Kaya naman, let's continue changing children's lives one story at a time. See you again next month. Enjoy your kindness adventure. That's a wrap!